long as the that is done. Okay, I'm doing part 2 in the kitchen canning chicken this morning. And I'm going to bring you a little closer here. Where I ended part 1, I had put the chicken into the Nesco, and I keep wanting to call it Presto, so I apologize for that. This is the Nesco, and you can hear the steam. I have 13 minutes left on this canner, and then it's going to go to end. It'll beep. I think it's 3 loud beeps, so I thought I'd bring you on and show you the final process of the canning. And again, this is warm, a little hot, but not real hot. This maintains its heat quite well. And I have it turned sideways so that steam's not hitting my cabinets. You can hear that steam. And I'm down to 13 minutes. So when this beeps, this process will be complete. So I have my jar lifter there, and as you can see over here, I've got a place prepared to set my jar, so I thought I would come on so you could see the final product, the end of it. So this is part 2. So hello again. So anyway, do I like this particular canner? I absolutely do. This was a birthday Christmas gift from my husband, and it is the Nesco. And this is the particular canner that I'm using. Again, it's the Nesco 9.5 quart electric pressure canner. And it is the N as Nancy, P as Paul, C as Cat -9. And then here is also a QR code. I am not affiliated with them in any way. This was a gift. A Christmas birthday gift, and I absolutely love it. And we are also using the USDA guidelines for canning, and this is the canning book that I'm using, following the meat guidelines, which is according to your elevation, and I am under 1,000 feet. So mine, using this canner, would be the, it comes with 2 gauges. Let me show you the different gauges. The pressure gauge I have on that I showed in part 1 is black, and that is for 1,000 feet or below. If you are over the 1,000 feet, it comes with a green pressure gauge. So if you're over 1,000 feet, mine came with the black one on. You can just lift the black one off and put the green one on for elevation over 1,000 feet. And this comes with the steaming rack and the canning rack. And right now I have my canning rack in. I showed that on part 1. And again, I'm using the USDA guidelines for canning and preserving. And I'm using the meat. And this is on page 112. And this would be for bear, beef, lamb, pork, sausage, veal, and venison. So that's what I'm using. And I'm going according to their guideline, which is pints, 75 minutes. Quarts would be 90 minutes. Or half quarts would be 90 minutes. So I'm doing pints. You can hear that steam. I have 8 minutes left, so I thought I'd bring you along with me and show you the end, the final process of when this ends. And then this is what your finished product will look like. This is, I did this one in January using the pressure canner, and this is canned chicken. I did this January the 20th of 2026. So it does a wonderful job. I absolutely just love it. Would I recommend this one? I absolutely would. I have a small family. It's just myself and my husband. So I can do small batches. Oh, excuse me, there's so much pollen this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hands washed. I have 7 minutes on the canner. This way I can take you through the full process. I did part 1 earlier for getting everything ready, getting the chicken into the pint jars, and getting them into the canner, and getting the canner started up. So this would be part 2, and this is when the canner is finished. And then I have an area here ready to set my jars on. So we're almost done in the kitchen with the canning. And I've been able to go and do little things because I can hear the steam. I really enjoy that because I'm not right here standing over the stove. You know, I'm still keeping an eye on it. I can still hear it, but it gives me the availability to go do other little things. So I went to the living room and did a little more packing. So I got a little bit more done today. And we're down to 6 minutes. And I have another 5 pints of chicken to put in my pantry. And I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, the prices are higher and higher. And this is just a way for me to help balance out things. I know if I buy it today and I find a special on it, I can go ahead and preserve it. I know that I use the USDA guidelines. I have this in my pantry. And we're also getting ready to move, so we're going to be moving the mobile home. And I'm going to be in the camper for a little while. We're going to move the camper up and get it set up. And then I'm going to get all my pantry set up in my camper. And then they'll move the mobile home and get it set up and ready. And then we can move out from the camper over to the mobile home. So this is going to be very convenient for me while we're going through the move. This gives me extra canned meats for my pantry. Hello, good morning. How are you this morning? So this is just doing a few things ahead. Number 1, I caught a sale on some chicken breasts. So I'm preserving it this morning in the canner, pressure canner, electric pressure canner. And I'll have some things put up in my pantry ahead of time. So that's going to make it a lot easier and for me during the move. This canner that I'm using, as you can see back here, is the Nesco pressure canner. It's a 9.5 quart, and it is the N as Nancy, P as Paul, C-9. And again, I'll give you the back of that. And I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm good where I am. Right now it's 1 a.m. Oh my goodness. It is 10:54 a.m. here where I am. Big time change difference there. Okay, I'm down to 3 minutes, and this will be, oh, you're in Australia. Well, good morning. Welcome in from Australia. Welcome to my kitchen. And I did part 1 earlier, if you want to go back and watch that. I got my canner set up, and then I put all of my chicken in my pint jars. Got my lids and their rings on them. Got them put into the canner, and then started that process. And where I ended, I had started up the canner, and this is the part 2. So this is the canner finishing, because it took like 15 or so minutes for it to get up to enough pressure for the time to start coming down from 75 minutes. Because after the E10, which is the beginning, and that's your 10 minutes of venting, then it went to a beep, and I had to flip it from exhaust to airtight, and then it started to count down for 75 minutes, which is what is required for pints. If you're canning chicken or pork or any kind of meat, it's 75 minutes for your pints, and it's 90 minutes for a half quart, and it's 90 minutes for a quart. So, I have everything ready here. Down to 2 minutes. I made sure I got my jar lifter ready. I made sure to have a place ready to set my hot jars. Down to 1 minute. We're almost there. And I thought I would come on and do part 2, and that will take you completely through the process. Are you in America? Yes, I'm in America. I'm in Ohio. I'm in southeastern Ohio. Now this is going to be, I think it does 3 long beats if it's been a little bit since I used it. But this is the chicken that I did the last time. And I did this in January of 2026 this year. I got this as a birthday Christmas gift in December. So I absolutely love it. And okay, now it's telling me that it's done. So if you hear that pressure is not as loud, so what I need to do now is take it from airtight to exhaust, and then unplug it. Now that's going to continue to let all that steam up out of there. And then I can flip it over. Is it hot down there in Australia, can you, oh, is it hot down there in Australia? Can you cook an egg? Oh, is it hot down there? Wow. Now here in southeastern Ohio, it definitely gets hot. Usually about July, August, we have usually around 100 degrees, so we do have warm weather here. But we're also next to the Ohio River, so that kind of makes it nice. So you have that, right now where my mobile home is, I can go out on my porch and I can see the barges go up and down the Ohio River. So you kind of have some of that moisture coming off of the Ohio River in the early mornings and in the evening, so that helps to make it a lot more comfortable. Okay, now once this gets done letting the pressure off, I'll go ahead and open it, and then I'll move those jars over here to this area I have prepared. And we have completed the process of canning 5 pints of chicken breast. So I'll have at least 5 more pints of chicken breast to put in my pantry. And that way it's helping me to stay ahead a little bit. Because if I find it on sale today and I can preserve it, then I know that the next time I go to get chicken, it could be a lot higher. So I'm taking advantage of the sale and I'm preserving it. And I'm using the proper canning procedures using the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture complete book of home canning. So I know that I've done everything correctly, and I familiarized myself with the new product that my husband bought me and how to operate it and what to expect from it, and I've used it several times. So, and not only is this a good idea to do it now, but if you know how to preserve, like I'm doing here, you can also do the same method on the stove using, say, your Presto pressure canner. So if your power goes out and you still have gas or some way to heat, you have already learned the process on how to properly preserve, and you're not going to lose anything in your freezer. You can go ahead and preserve it, get everything ready, use your heat that you have available. Like my power's out and I know that my meats in my freezer need to be preserved. I normally try to keep enough jars to preserve the meat that I have in my freezer. And that way, nothing will go to waste. So if you practice this and you practice using the USDA guidelines, not only are you teaching yourself today, but if there would be an emergency situation or a power outage, you can also be ready. You can have your jars on hand, your lids on hand, a pressure canner that can be used on a propane burner or gas burner, and that way you're not going to lose anything in your freezer if the power would go out. Okay, now I should be able to open this. So I'll bring you back over. Okay, so I'm just going to crack it first. And I don't want to be right there where that heat's going to hit me. And as I had said before, because I'm using the wide mouth, you can see that there's very little room in there. They are very tight. So what I do is I take a rag and I lift my first jar up out with a rag. And it's very hot, so I'm going to move quickly there. And then now if you're using regular mouth pints, that doesn't happen. And then that way it gives you room to remove the rest of your jars. I'll move you back over here. Well, there, one already sealed. I heard a ping. That's awesome. Just look at all those bubbles. That's a good sign. So there we go. We have went through the whole process, and I have 5 pints of chicken canned and ready for my pantry. There's another one just sealed. That's 2. That's a wonderful, wonderful sound. So now I'm going to let my canner cool down. And what I like about this particular canner is it has the insert. And if you're like me and you can't really lift heavy, it's so easy to raise your insert and take it over and remove it and empty it and clean it. I absolutely love this canner. And let me see if I can bring one of these up here close where you can see it again. How nice is that? There's another one just popped. That's 3. Now, a lot of times you won't hear the popping. These happen to be ball lids, and the ball lids still, some of them will still do the ping, ping, ping. Now, I've noticed whenever I'm using the 4 jars lids, a lot of times you won't hear the ping. But what I'll do is I'll let these set for 24 hours. I won't bother them at all. And then after 24 hours, I'll come in and check them. Make sure they've all sealed. And how I'll do that is they have a raised top right now. And as they seal, this little bubble goes down. And then once I remove the rings, I should be able to lift the jars with the lids. And once you've been canning for a while, you'll know the difference. You'll have a hollow sound if it's not sealed, and you'll have like a ping whenever it is sealed. And again, whenever I go to my pantry every now and then to go through and to clean everything, wipe everything, I'll go ahead and kind of lift up my jars to make sure everything's still properly sealed. But this is from my last batch. And then today I took you through the process of beginning to end on canning chicken. So that's all there is to it. I hope that was informative and it wasn't too boring. But I thought I would just bring you along. I got a special price there on some chicken breast. And I thought, well, that'll be something nice. I can go ahead and get those canned and get them in the pantry. And I'll have them available while we're going through this move. So, again, this is the Nesco. Let me turn it around so you can see it. This is the Nesco electric pressure canner. And I'm not affiliated with them in any way. And on part 1, I kept saying Presto canner because I have my Presto canner for my range and my new Nesco canner that is my electric canner. So I'm doing a correction from part 1. If I said Presto, I meant Nesco. and I'm not affiliated with them at all. But this is a very nice product. Would I recommend it? I absolutely would. If you have a small family like myself and my husband, I can do 4 quarts at a time or 5 pints. And if you do the wide mouth pints, you did see me have to use a rag to remove the first one up out because there's not enough room to get your lifter in. But if you're using regular size jars, regular mouth jars, you do not have that problem. So anyway, there we go. Job done from beginning to end. So I hope you start using pressure canners, be it electric canner or stovetop range pressure canner, and canning and preserving your own meats, vegetables, and making your jams and jellies. But always make sure whatever you're canning that you follow the USDA guidelines. I have several of the ball books for canning and preserving, and then this is the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the complete book to home canning. So this is a very nice book. It's not that expensive. I think I ordered it off of Amazon, and the same with the ball canning and preserving books. You can order them from Amazon, and a lot of times you can find at Walmart. So again, that's the Nesco 9.5 quart electric. It says digital smart canner, and it's the N as Nancy, P as Paul, C as Cat -9. And again, I'll show you the QR code on the back. And again, I'm not affiliated with them. This was a birthday Christmas gift from my husband, and I absolutely love it. So anyway, that's all I have. That was part 1 and part 2. That way I took you from beginning to end and showed the whole process of how I preserve my chicken, my pork, and my beef. And I'm using the USDA guidelines. I'm leaving, I don't know if I mentioned it, whenever I put the meat in the jars, I did leave the 1-inch head space. And you'll see that this has liquid. Now, some of the jars may not have as much liquid because I don't add any liquid to my jars. I just add the meat, and then whatever juices there is in the meat is how much liquid you're going to have in your jar. Now, there will be meat above the liquid, but that does not mean that's not okay, because this has been through the proper canning process. It is properly sealed, and when you open it and use it, everything is absolutely delicious. It's easy to go to your pantry, and if you're having a day where you just need a quick meal, you can go pull out a pint or quart jar of your own preserved meat. If you're going through an emergency situation, you don't have any power, you can go in and grab it and make a quick, easy meal. Or if someone is not feeling good and you're the cook, you can make it easier on yourself by planning ahead and preserving ahead. So that's all I have today. I hope that was informative. And again, I'll show you the finished product here. And we have 5 more pints of chicken to put into the pantry. So there you go. That's all I have this morning. So I'm going to hop off of here and rest a little bit and let my canner cool off, and then I'll get everything cleaned up. So that's all I have. I want to thank you for stopping in, and if you enjoy this kind of video, I do canning and preserving. I do a little bit of fermenting, and of course anything that I'm doing, I'm following the USDA guidelines, and be it fermenting or canning, preserving. And I also do a lot of baking. Here's a loaf of the bread that I made yesterday. And this is me using my own bread recipe. And I'll get out my bread machine and I'll put everything in using the dough cycle. And look what a beautiful loaf of sandwich bread. So that's what I was doing for the first couple days. I made sandwich bread, and then I made some sourdough bread and rolls. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, if you enjoy, canning and preserving and baking, I do just a little bit of everything, kind of bring you along my day, whatever I may be doing. And you're more than welcome to come and join me anytime in my kitchen. If you haven't and you like this kind of material and this kind of video, please like and subscribe. I'm just a small channel, but I enjoy sharing things like preserving, cooking, baking, and just little things that I'm doing in my daily life here. So anyway, I want to thank you for stopping in, and as always, thank you for your kindness. You're always so kind in your comments, and I will catch you the next time. So enjoy your day. Never be afraid to try new things, learn new things in your kitchen. It's fun. This is new to me. It's a new electric pressure canner, and I'm absolutely loving it. Everything is turning out amazing, as you can see. And would I recommend this particular canner? I absolutely would. It just saves me so much time. My puppies are barking, so I'm going to hop off of here. I don't want everybody's ears. I have 2 Maltese. No, babies. No. Okay, well, I'm going to hop off of here, and I will see you the next time. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your kitchen. And bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for being here. See you later, and bye-bye.